What's up, Prop Mob? Eduardo Talver here. In today's video we are lighting the Halloween display. Today I'm going to show you how I am going to set up the lights for my Halloween yard display. I've been doing some research and I've tried solar ones and battery powered, and I wanted something a little bit more beefy and a little bit more customizable. So I did some research on Amazon and found some. These were not sent to me free or anything like that. I just found them and ordered them of what I thought I wanted based on my needs. I wanted like 2 big lights on the house for purple color, and then some little spotlights around the graveyard and the different props, right, to highlight them. So this is what I got, and I'm going to figure out how to install them. The 2 big ones, I believe, are plug and play. We'll open these first. The 2 big ones are just plug and play, and it has an app where you can change the color. I was interested in purple only, but this will work for Christmas or other holidays as well. And these guys, it's an 8-pack of little torch lights, like little spotlights. They're like 6 watts each, which is pretty cool because that's pretty intense. But these are like low voltage lighting, similar to like the professional landscape lighting. So we'll be installing that. These are not plug and play. You need to buy a transformer that you plug to the wall, and from there you run wires to these guys. These guys have an app where you can change the colors, and these guys have a remote where you can change the colors as well. These are both outdoor lights. All right, let's open them. Let's see what's in the box. And this was so cool because I ordered them on Monday and they were delivered on Tuesday. So it was like next day delivery, and there's a link for everything below, which the good thing is that you'll see what kind of transformer I bought, what kind of wire, and how everything works, so you can piece your own system together and avoid the guesswork that I'm going through right now. It's called Smart RGBW, and it says there's always the color you want. Nice. All right, what's in the box? All right, so as I mentioned, this you just plug to a extension cord, and the good thing, it has a outdoor rated cable, which means it has a ground, right? And this is the light right here. Right. This is very nicely built. It has a frame here where you can mount it on something. Probably gonna mount it on some spikes. These guys are supposed to illuminate my whole house, and I want it to be purple. There's the LEDs right there, right? And like I said, these work with an app. It has a nice water resistant or weather resistant housing, so that's pretty cool. Right, I'm back in the dark because I downloaded the app as I showed you, and it's really cool. Turn the light on with the app. Right, that's bright and purple. And you have this circle that you can move it wherever you want. So you want yellow, makes me yellow, red, and here is total blindness. And then you have preset colors like green, purple if you want it. And you can also go here to this color picker and decide the exact shade that you want, right? So if you want it right here or a little bit here. And you have a dimmer, right? It's pretty cool. And then it has a thing that works with music, but the tracks that are in here are copyrighted, so I don't know if I can play them for you without getting dinged. But what it does, it changes the colors with the music, right? So here's music. You can press play. See if we can do this really. There you go. Maybe I won't get dinged for that, but you can pick your music from your own list. The next thing is called tape, and it uses the microphone. So if you're playing music somewhere else, this thing listens and the lights dance according to that. And the last thing, you have here a style, has pulsating purple. So let's touch that. Wait. Pulsating purple, and you tell it really fast, and it pulsates. You make it really slow, and it really like fades slowly. And there are red strobe. Okay, so a red strobe, as you can see. This is pretty cool to do like a zombie scene, right? So let's do a yellow strobe. You put this on like imagine like a zombie apocalypse, right? Put this aiming at a wall and it looks like one of those light strobes when there's an emergency, which is making me blind right now, but slow it down. There's strobe, rainbow jumping change. Let's do it full speed. Right, just cycles through the different colors, right? Purple strobe. All right, it's pretty cool. So those are all the effects. So there you see me in like 100 different colors. Now let's go outside. Power. This one, it's those guys, right? And they are 6 watts each. And you have low voltage 12 to 24, right? And they're the RGBW LEDs, which is the same as the other ones. Okay, and you have the CE and rose mark, which means that's like a quality inspection type seal. So that tells you that it's a little bit better quality. These come in an 8-pack. Right, instructions, what to do, what not to do. Aim the remote at the light and not at the back of the light, and so on. Here are some of the specs you may need for your installation. And the reason I'm opening this before showing you how to install it is because I don't know what comes in the box. I don't know how much wire I'm gonna need. I don't know anything, but it looks like it comes with little connectors, right? Twist connectors for the connections. It's a remote. And another remote, and another remote, and another remote. It's 2 remotes. One has like a 9 feet range, 16 feet range. So we'll figure out what these do. So there's 4 remotes. I don't know why we need 4, but okay. Electrical tape, cool. Spikes. And these are not plastic, these are aluminum. That is really cool. And also the reason I spent extra money on these guys instead of buying the cheap ones like the solar ones is that these I'm going to move after Halloween into a permanent spot as landscape lighting, right? And I'll aim these at the house and the landscape, and we can change the colors every season. Christmas, 4th of July and so on, since you can change 16 colors. So temporarily they're going to be lighting up all my props, and then we're going to move it to a permanent spot. Wow, that's well packaged. I don't know if I can put this back in the box. Let's open one of these just to see what it looks like and the quality and everything. All right, that is the housing. It's aluminum as well, and the wire. As I mentioned, this is not plug and play. We're going to have to do our own wiring to a transformer, right? There you go. There's your wires, and this mounts onto the spike that goes in the ground. And these are also supposed to be weather-resistant housing, so you can leave them outside with your props, or with your landscape, whatever you want to feature, whether it's a tree or your walls or anything. Okay, all right, I'm gonna run to Lowe's to get a transformer for this. Here's a tip. These are 6 watts each, and there's 8 of them. 6 times 8 is 48, which we need at least 48 watts. The one that's Lowe's that I'll show you in a little bit is a 60 watt, which is more than enough juice to power these guys. So I'm gonna go to Lowe's, I'm gonna buy the transformer, and I'll show you that. And I'm going to buy a spool of wire, 12 gauge or 16 gauge, depending on what my research says. I'm going to do some research, and we'll install all these guys. So I'll see you in a bit. I went to Lowe's. I got the transformer. All right, so let's talk about the transformer a little bit. This you plug to the wall, 120 volts, comes out and reduces the voltage to a direct current of 12 to 24 volts, which is what you need for low voltage lighting, right? I got a 60 watt because that will accommodate the load of 6. This will accommodate the load of 8 6-watt lamps. 6 times 8, 48. That's less than 60. We're good to go. I also got some 16 gauge wire. This thing will use anywhere from 12, 14, or 16 gauge. This one is designed for, like I said, landscape stuff like pumps and lights and everything. So it has a timer. It'll have a digital display, which I will show you, but it also has a photo cell, which is pretty cool because it turns on when it gets dark, and as soon as the sun comes out, it turns it off. So your house or your Halloween display stays illuminated all night long, and then it turns off by itself. You don't have to go and be turning off all those lights. This will take care of that. There's one thing to note is that these need to be mounted in parallel and not in series. And in parallel means that as you run the wire along your landscape or your display, you get all your positives on one side of the wire and all your negatives on the other one along the line. All right, let's go put this out there. You have two terminals, right? So you can send one group of wires to the right and one to the left and split your yard two ways, right? Or if you have too many lamps and you don't want to put them in only one strand, you can split the strands into two of them, right? This is the input for the photocell. This is the photocell that decides whether it's dawn or dusk, right? So this will trigger this on and off, or you can use the timer. Now I'm going to mount this over there on the wall and connect it to the GFCI. I've installed the place where the transformer is going to go. Transformer's there. Now I'm going to lay the cable all the way out there and lay it out exactly how I want it for the display. Then we'll start connecting things. All right, here we are. So up here at the gate, I was thinking of putting one right there so that it illuminates the hearse right from this end. I'm going to put one right there to illuminate up towards the backside of the hearse. So this, the one up here that goes to the hearse, will also illuminate the zombie, I hope. And then I'm gonna run a cable from here to there and illuminate that side of the graveyard, which is kind of sparse, but that's all we have right now. So that's 3 lights, and the other 5 will be like illuminating the 0 tombstone and some of these tombstones. And they can be mounted on the fence, on the tree, or just staked in the ground. There are a few other tombstones on that side. So 1, 2 for this group, 1 for 0. That's 3, and that leaves us 2 extra ones that we can add somewhere else. I think I'm gonna do a dedicated one for the zombie, right? With a green light. I think that would be cool since we have extra lights. Now I don't have any lights on this path right here, so I'm mounting one right to this tree since it's temporary to illuminate the path, because the trick-or-treaters are going to come in there. They're gonna come down. There's gonna be curled. They'll get their candy there, and then they will exit this way. I'm gonna clean that up, and out they go. Seems everybody's blowing leaves today, so sorry about the noise, and if you cannot hear me, I apologize. I'll try to speak up, but I think I figured it out. So if we get the cable starting at the front door right here and go all the way up the path on the outside, go up the gate for the first light, second light, come back down for the zombie, 3 lights, hearse, 4 lights, that part of the graveyard, 5 and 6, then comes down to the one on the tree for the path is 7, and 0 is 8. So it's just one loop of cable. So let me lay it out. And that's good because there's no splits. 100 feet of cable. So let's start. Where's the end of this? I see it. This has to stay with a transformer with enough room for it. So let's give it like this much and anchor it with this. So that going. All right, now I gotta start laying this out all the way around. That's the Halloweener's best friend. That's perfect. That illuminates that side of the graveyard. All right, it's adjustable, so that's cool. This is the one that will light up the zombie. So it'll be on a stake. So the stakes, the aluminum stakes, come with the kit, right? All right, that is perfect. A little loose. There we go. Nice and tight. So now it's just and zombie illuminated. I finished laying out the lights and now I'm running the cable to each one of the lights. So it has two things, two colors, right? And the cable has a square side and a round side, right? So make sure you keep all the squares with the squares and the blues, and the round with the rounds and the brown. I'm just going to cut the cable and split it a little bit, help it be more manageable. Right there and there. I'm going to find a square one. Well, wait, strip it first. All right, line them up and square with, feel this, square right here, and blue. I'm going to twist them real good and get a connector like this. Slide it on and crimp it good. Okay, since this is temporary, I am only putting tape around it, but if this was permanent, I would use the silicone filled connectors. Silicone filled connectors are pretty much water resistant. That is good. So now we do that all along the line of lights until the last light. Okay, back to the transformer. So this is the other end from where the lights were laid out. So now we're going to take these and slide them to here. This just gives the cable a little support. And we're going to pick one of these terminals right here. This terminal 1, these two, and this terminal 2. All we need to do is insert it into the pressure connector and close it, and that is tight. Let's do the other one. All right, that's great. Now this is for the photocell. That's the photocell. It's 15 feet long. There you go. And now this goes mounted right here on the holes we made earlier. That's perfect. All right, that's on. So this has like 3 modes. A is automatic, which means it turns off during the day and on at night. That is O or on. They're always on, and I can see them that they just came on. And then there's a timer function, 1 hour. That means after it gets dark, it lights up for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3, all the way to 9. So if you want it after it gets dark to light up for 9 hours, you leave it there and then it turns off. And that's automatic again. Now to test it earlier than darkness, I'm going to put it on and let's go look at the lights. Right, see, they're very hard to see, but they're on. So we'll go look at them. And we also have the remote to change the color. And the way that works is we aim the remote at the light and change the color. Check this one out. All right, it's green, blue, red. So I'm gonna do blue, so it looks like moonlight on this area right here. I'm going to do an initial adjustment of all the colors because it's daytime, as you can see. But then we'll come back out in the evening to see how they look and do a final checkup to see what colors we want. Let's recap before it gets dark. So we talked about the low voltage ones that we just installed, and then we have the purple ones there and there, and they just project purple color to the whole house. Now in the balcony I have orange LED, and these right here are green, and that's because we do it in the honor of every person that dies from the pandemic. Now in terms of colors for your Halloween display, I prefer purple and orange because it's kind of traditional Halloween colors, but I like green too when you have like a zombie scene or an alien scene, right? So I'm going to adjust this. And one important one not to underestimate is just like a cool white, because that makes a really good moonlight, especially for a graveyard. Right? So as soon as it gets dark, I'm going to change those colors. The lights just came on. Let's go change them. For this graveyard, I have the blue color. Now let's go and change this one. And let's say we want the hearse to be red. Oh, red, come here. There you go. Nice. Keep going. That's the zombie. Green light. That's good. I have some blue, purple here for the hearse. And as you can see, some blue for this part of the graveyard. For the zero tombstone, let's do blue again. All right, a little bit darker. Not that dark. Oh, that's nice. That'll look really good in the dark. And for this path, that blue is perfect. So we should be good. Let's wait till it's dark and see what it looks like. And that's how I lit my Halloween display. Now all the links are below, so you can achieve the same exact effects with the two big floodlights and the little pinpoint color changing LEDs. So go check it out. If you like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing so we can keep growing this community of the prop mob, and I will see you on the next time.